Welcome everyone. Those stories shortly, but lots of breaking news to bring to you this morning. First of all, we start with the news coming out of Mumbai, where veteran Bollywood actor Om Puri has died at the age of 66. Om Puri suffered a cardiac arrest this morning. It was confirmed by his wife Nandita. He was one of Bollywood's most renowned actors. He's acted in hundreds of movies in Hindi as well as many other regional languages, including Telugu, Kannada, Punjabi, and even Urdu. Om Puri started his career back in 1972 with a Marathi serial-based film. He also was part of many award-winning films in his career, including the film Akrosh. Now, Om Puri has made several appearances in both Hollywood as well as British movies. He won 2 national awards for the film Arohan and Ardh Satya back in the 1980s. Om Puri has also worked with well-known directors like Shyam Benegal and Satyajit Ray. Reactions are also coming in across social media and Twitter to condole. Let's take a look at some of the tweets that are coming in as it comes in throughout for the condolences. Prime Minister Modi talks about the passing away of actor Om Puri and recalls his long career in theater films. A very sad situation coming out this morning from Bollywood. Veteran actor Om Puri dying at the age of 66. Let's also give you a quick synopsis of some of the different types of films that Om Puri has done in his career. Most recently, he acted in a Pakistani film that was set to release in 2017, making his debut in the Pakistan cinema industry. He's acted in many movies in Telugu, Kannada, Punjabi, as well as many recent Bollywood movies, including Don 2, Singh is King. There you're seeing more reactions coming in. Anupam Kher tweeting, "I've known Om Puri for 43 years. For me, he'll always be a great actor, a kind and generous man, and this is how the world should remember him." Again, Bollywood actor Anupam Kher and many others taking to social media. Ritesh Deshmukh now saying, "Shocked beyond words to learn that Om Puri ji is no more. We'll miss you, sir. Condolences to the family. Rest in peace." We have cricketer Virender Sehwag also chiming in with his condolences of the passing away of one of our finest ever actors, Om Puri. Again, for those of you just joining us, Bollywood actor, veteran actor Om Puri dying at the age of 66, acting in many movies. Most recently, also he acted in a Hollywood movie with Helen Mirren, The 100-Foot Journey. Let's give you some other background about this actor for our international viewers joining in. He's picked up many different awards, several awards, in fact, for Best Supporting Actor back in 1980 for the film Akrosh. And this he spoke only during the flashback sequences. Om Puri also won the National Film Award for Best Actor in 1982 for Arohan, and he bagged the Best Actor Award in 1983, a year later, for the movie Ardh Satya, where he played a police inspector. So again, a very sad situation this morning. Veteran Bollywood actor dying at the age of 66, coming from his wife in Mumbai, the Bollywood capital of the world. Lots of tweets expressing condolences coming from the film fraternity, as well as India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi. We just heard from the cricketer Virender Sehwag, as well as Ritesh Deshmukh, Anupam Kher, a slew of people taking to social media to remember and respect Om Puri, who's acted in many Bollywood films. Again, those of you just tuning in, veteran Bollywood actor Om Puri dying at the age of 66 from a cardiac arrest. He's been nominated also for several films. He was nominated back in 1990 for Best Supporting Actor for Gayal, 97 for Machis, 1998 for Gupt, 1999 for Pyar To Hona Hita, and 1999 for the BAFTA Award for his leading role in East is East. As you can see, more reaction coming in now across the world of social media. Prime Minister Modi taking time to tweet and express his condolences for Om Puri's death, recalling his long film career. He started his film career back in the 1970s, where he made his debut into a Marathi film. There's more reaction coming in. Om Puri is remembered by Anupam Kher, who he says he's known for 43 years. He says for him, he'll always be a great actor, a kind and generous man, and that is how the world should remember him. Ritesh Deshmukh also taking to Twitter saying, shocked beyond words to learn that Om Puri is no more. We'll miss you, sir. Expressing condolences to the family. Rest in peace. Let's get into some personal information about Om Puri. He was married to Nandita Puri back in 1993. They had a son named Ishan. They separated though back in 2013, so about 3 years ago. Again, dying at the very young age of 66 from a massive heart attack. A family member said he was found dead in his bed at his home in the western city of Mumbai, according to many local media reports, dying of a heart attack. Om Puri also acted in many regional movies, including a Kannada film. This is early on in his career. As we mentioned, he has won several film awards for Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor, grabbing his first award back in 1980 for the film Akrosh, where he won Best Supporting Actor. In 1982, he won the Best Actor from the National Film Award for Arohan, and in 1983 for Ardh Satya. Let's now go to our chief domestic correspondent, Kartikeya Sharma. Kartikeya, thanks for joining us. Sad news to bring from Bollywood. Om Puri no more at the age of 66. I certainly imagine you grew up watching many of his films. What is the mood like so far?
See, Om Puri, Naseeruddin Shah, Shabana Azmi, Smita Patil, they were part and parcel of the parallel cinema, which was a phenomena in 1970s. Though there is no parallel cinema now, but there was an effort on part of young filmmakers who came either from the Film Institute of Pune or the National School of Drama from Delhi to create something new in Bollywood. Bollywood by that time was completely very, very commercial. Now, Om Puri and actors like Naseeruddin Shah not only acted in films, mainstream, but they also acted in films where social cause had to be highlighted. Now, for example, Om Puri is also very much known for acting in a serial called Tamas. Now, Tamas is an iconic novel on partition of this country. And that iconic novel and the mood of that time was captured beautifully by Om Puri. And one has to see that serial to understand the trauma the subcontinent went through. So Om Puri was a multifaceted, multi-dimensional personality. He was not only a film artist, he was a theatre critic. He had a substantial, I would say, role to play in the way NSD came to be perceived in times to come, because he was part of that old stable where people would hone their skills in institutes. Right now, if you see the way our Bollywood and other institutes have grown, people come from different families. They become part of the film industry. But these people like Om Puri, they struggled, and not only they struggled to make their living, they struggled to make a place in Bollywood. Now, talking about what Om Puri stands for, I would say that Om Puri should be remembered. Not only for classical acting, but Om Puri perhaps was one of the few actors like Anupam Kher who had political views. Of late, there was a statement which Mr. Puri made in Martyr's family. He felt so emotionally disturbed that he went to the family at the time of funeral to apologize to them publicly. That is Om Puri, emotionally reacting to a situation when the whole debate on national, anti-national and martyrdom was taking place. He said something and later he realized he shouldn't have said. And he went and apologized on camera. And, those were perhaps I think I remember the last time seeing Mr. Puri on screen and he was crying. That is Om Puri for people. And Om Puri, his career spanned for more than 40 years. One has to, Om Puri has to be remembered for the sort of not only parallel cinema, but Om Puri was a great, I would say, multifaceted actor when it came to the commercial Bollywood cinema. He was extremely good in the genre of comedy. He was good in serious acting. In a couple of films, he played villain. Obviously, he didn't play the role of a hero, but he was he did very strong supporting casts in a number of films. So, and then he was a good orator. Om Puri was an extremely good speaker. His films like Bhavani of 1980, Sadgati of 1981, Ardh Satya of 1982, Mirch Masala of 1986, Dharavi of 1990. These are classic Puri films, and he imparted life into the roles which were given to him. So it's a great loss to Bollywood because he was an exceptionally talented anchor.
And Karthikeya, while we have you as well, can you talk to us for our perhaps international audience who may not have seen a lot of his movies, even though Bollywood, spreads beyond just here India and South Asia. Many people in the Middle East, West Asia, Africa certainly do watch Bollywood movies, and many people recognize Om Puri, such a veteran actor, dying at the young age of 66. And you mentioned his career spanning for decades now, which isn't always the case for the life of an actor, especially in Bollywood. Talk about some of his, what type of roles he portrayed. What was he typically seen like? We've seen him not only in Hindi cinema but in regional languages. He made a cameo in the Gandhi film, as well as the 100-Foot Journey not too long ago with Helen Mirren. Talk about some of his roles and bring us up to light on that.
Oh, absolutely. For international audience, I would say Om Puri had also crossed over to the Hollywood commercial cinema. Om Puri acted in East and East. He actually showcased the problem of the diaspora Indians, who worked in London, on the east side of London. Of his latest film was that Mr. Puri, he again showcased, there was a film in which he had to migrate from his native place because of communal violence, and he settles in France, and, he starts his restaurant there. So there are a number of films in which he acted. Mr. Puri, to get to our audience, he was born on 18th of October 1950 in the town of Ambala in Haryana. And from there, Mr. Om Puri made his way to Delhi. He acted in theatre, he acted in parallel cinema, and then Om Puri also made his way into foreign films. For example, Om Puri, The East and East, was a classic film where Mr. Puri was speaking and talking different language English. Mr. Om Puri, his first language was Punjabi, then he learned English, then came Urdu with National School of Drama, but then he went on to do other films as well. So for our international audience, Om Puri was just not about a person who was there doing parallel cinema. Om Puri did a lot of films outside. And those films were very much appreciated. For example, in 2014, he appeared opposite Helen Mirren in the comedy drama which I was talking about, The 100-Foot Journey.
Right.
Now, Mr. Puri acting in front of Helen Mirren, who's a legend in Hollywood.
And for someone like this, such a young age, 66, certainly we've seen the reaction already pouring in. Anupam Kher, the cricket community, many people from Bollywood, of course, chiming in on social media, expressing their shock and concern, and just unbelievable. Such a veteran actor. Karthikeya, I'm sure you've seen a lot of his films, on a personal level, as a journalist also. What does this mean to, for you, for someone who's watched many Bollywood films, the fact that a veteran actor like Om Puri dies, how does this, symbolize and significant, how significant is this for the film community?
See, honestly, when Om Puri was acting in National School of Drama, I did not get to see him, Om Puri, as a theatre artist. But I saw Om Puri in parallel cinemas in the 80s, That was supposed to be seen by those who wanted to watch fine cinema. For me, films like Bhumika, film like Akrosh, film like Bhavani Bhavani, film like Gandhi, film like Ardh Satya, Arohan. These were the films which I thought really made a dent in my psyche. Mirch Masala. These are parallel cinema films, and there were films which were commercial, and he played a damn good role. For example, Ghayal. He got the Filmfare Award for Best Supporting Actor. Ghayal was a blockbuster Bollywood film. And then he went to do films like Drohkal, again an excellent film. Then he also did cameos in the film like Quentin Tarantino, The Ghost and the Darkness, which was shot in Africa. Small role, but Om Puri was there. So these are the films, or My Son the Fanatic, English film. I would say it brings across people migrating to different lands, creation of different identities. A beautiful film. I still remember it. And then he again got a Filmfare Award for Best Supporting Actor in a film called The Gupta Hidden Truth. He also acted in the film City of Joy, based on the famous novel. I don't know who has not read City of Joy, or if they have not read it, they must have heard about it. He acted in that film, and I think he acted in a film called Hey Ram, again on partition and the violence which followed. But for me, the most important, I think the memories of Om Puri for me would be of the way he acted in Tamas. It's a beautiful piece of literature in Hindi. It's a beautiful piece of literature which encompasses the trauma and tribulation of partition, the sort of the blood and gore which the country witnessed, and how governments and even the British at the time of leaving failed India as a society by letting them organize themselves and go through the momentum of partition. And he captured that journey from one part of India to other with his family in Tamas. For me, I think that was the height and beauty of performance, encapsulating the great caliber, depth of Om Puri's acting persona. So I remember that film. Yes, there are other films, lighter films. For example, White Teeth, English series adaptation by J.D. Smith. It's a movie I remember. He, for example, in Charlie Wilson's War. Archit, you must have seen Charlie Wilson's War. It was a film the way Charlie Wilson organized money from American Congress for Afghan war. He played the character of Zia-ul Haq, the dictator general of Pakistan. So he brought out, because of his Punjabi origin, the sort of that Urdu Punjabi accent required to portray Zia beautifully.
All right, Karthikeya, thank you so much for that update. We'll certainly check in with you. Again, a sad situation, a sad story to bring to you this morning from Bollywood veteran actor Om Puri, dying at the age of 66. He suffered a heart attack this morning. He was found in his home, according to his wife, Nandita. He's acted in a slew of movies, a career spanning decades, starting out in the 70s, winning many national awards as well as nominations for Best Actor and Best Supporting Actor, acting in regional movies, English movies, as well as Hindi cinema. With that, we're going to take a quick short break, and we'll be right back on WION.